To you all, our titans and technical talents in Nigeria. My name is Victoria Undu, the co-moderator for our webinar today. We have been looking forward to this webinar because this webinar is taking a little bit of twist and turn than the usual, because we're having right here in the studio with us colleagues and fellows who will come to talk with us, share with us on practical things that affect us as 3MTT fellows. And as we know, one thing that binds us all together, for those of you watching here, is the knowledge showcase. I know, don't worry, hold up. How can you win or submit a winning application? How can you win laptops, routers, and all of those things? In this webinar today, you're going to learn plus more. So before we get right into it, let's do a quick check-in as we do. And then I would introduce the co-host and moderator for today, Mrs. Somto, the committee manager for Anambra State. So quickly, please drop in the chat where you're watching in from. Let's see your name, your state, where you're watching in from, and how excited you are for the webinar today. And if you want to be extra, you can just put something like, this webinar is for me today, because at the end of this month, I want testimonials. I want, what do they even call it? Reviews or testimonies or whatever it is that people call it. But at the end of this month, if you know that this webinar is specifically for you, drop an emoji in the comments or drop something in the comments. Yes, drop it, keep it rolling, keep it coming. Let us see how excited you are about, what we have packaged for you here today. And just to check in with my co-host, if she's ready and if she's good to go, so I can do an introduction to her. Okay. Okay, I think she's ready. So if you're ready, please just drop in the chat that you're ready, and we'll get right into it. But we're live, for those of you who are watching from YouTube, welcome again. Like I said, just tell me where you're joining in from and how excited you are about the webinar today. Today, like I said earlier, we're going to be interviewing fellows who have won the Knowledge Showcase application before, won laptops, routers, and then we also have members of the team as well. These people are directly involved in the application, like marking, just call them the exam markers. So all of the applications that we put up online, these are the people that directly involved in, marking and scoring. And they want to come and tell us how. What is the thing that they look out for? What is the thing that makes them say, this submission deserves a laptop or deserves a router? We're going to have a Bear It All session right here today. And you can also ask your questions as well. So if all those questions that you've been bottling up, I want to win laptops, how do I go about it? Don't worry. This session is all for it today. Still checking in on my co-host, but in the absence of her availability, we would just... Okay, great. Joy Okoche says she's ready. Oparigo Kingsley says, hi, fellow at Anambra community. I'm excited to be part of this webinar. I am excited as well. So please, our fellows, are you ready? If you are, just drop in the chat on the Zoom chat so that I know that we are live and ready to go. Just drop in the chat if you're ready, and we take it right from there. Okay, so I think we'll just start with the Knowledge Showcase team that is live here. And for the first half of this webinar, so this webinar is going to be happening in two parts. The first part, we have the Knowledge Showcase team come to talk to us about how to submit a winning Knowledge Showcase application so that you stand a chance to win all the winnables. I'm talking about laptops, brand new quality laptops, routers, ePads, and all of those things. So please join me as I make welcome today, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, with a clapping ovation, a dancing emoji, and all the emojis that you can muster as we make welcome Mr. Kelvin from Benue State. He's the community manager for Benue State, and Mr. Murichuku and the CK, the community manager for Enugu State. Over to you, sirs. You have just 20 minutes, and afterwards, we'll now move over to the fellows. Thank you.
Okay, hi. Good evening, everybody. It's a pleasure to be here. My name is Mary Chukwano CK, Community Manager for 3MTT in Enugu State. Super excited to be here. And my colleague, Kelvin. Kelvin, hi. I'd like to confirm that you guys can hear me. Let's quick mic check.
Oh, sorry, Arome, sorry. The committee manager for Kogi State is going to be joining you, Anasike, on this presentation. Calvin is just standing by to support the team. Thank you. Arome, please, over to you.
Yeah, hi everyone. Good evening. I bring special greetings from the Confluence State of Nigeria, Kogi State. I hope you guys are doing well, and I look forward to having a wonderful session with everyone of you this evening.
Okay, so I believe let's just get started. So Arame, yeah, so we are told to cover how to stand out with your entry, right? So like I'll just give a brief overview of this session. So this session will actually be featuring where we'll be discussing how we assess knowledge showcase entries and also provide valuable insights and tips on how to help fellows improve their submissions, right? So we'll just be starting from the first criteria, which is part of the things that we include. So Arabi, I think you're very good with this in the team. So I just like you'll be taking the assessment criteria. So like, what do we CMs in the review team actually look at or look out for while evaluating like fellows entries, particularly for those in the knowledge showcase? So cheers.
All right, thank you, Mary Chukwu, for throwing more lights to this particular conversation. Good evening once again, everyone. So today I'm happy to take us through the criteria for winning the Knowledge Showcase, the Trend Between Monthly Knowledge Showcase program. As we all know, every set of competition has its rules and regulations, and the Knowledge Showcase is not an exception to this particular rule. So for the Knowledge Showcase program at TRMTT, we have some set of specific criteria we look out for in a Knowledge Showcase for us to pass you to the next stage. So just looking at the whole criteria, I mean the grading criteria, the review and the rest. So we have three phases of the grading. Number one is you submitting your application, your entries every month. You are done with your video and you posted on social media. And the next thing is for you to copy the link and share with the team via the form that we've already provided. And after that, there's a first level review, which is done by the knowledge showcase and members of the team generally, where we look out for some of the necessary criteria that have been stated, some of the predetermined criteria that we already spelled out to move you to the next stage, which is more like the semi-final stage. And in the semi-final stage, we reach out to you to confirm the validity of what you are doing, whether you are the owner of this project, how many of you worked on it, and all of that. So going back to the criteria itself, so we have some set of criteria, and the total marks for this criteria is 15 marks. The first is the quality of your presentation. So we all know that this is a national competition, and I think that is something that we really have to put at the back of our mind whenever we are going to submit this knowledge showcase. It's a national competition, and it deserves a whole lot of attention, commitment, and quality in terms of what you are presenting to the entire team. Mind you, members of the press, members, the general public are all watching, going through the hashtag and seeing some of the amazing stuff that you guys are doing. And one of the first, like I said, is the quality of presentation. So what does the quality of presentation mean in this case? We are talking about three things here. Number one is the quality of the video. The video you submitted, how is the quality, maybe the quality of your video, which is one. Number one. The second is your coherence in the terms of how you are able to communicate your idea. what you're working on and all of that to the team. So that is very, very important. We want to see that the video you are sending to us is of high quality, is presentable anywhere in the world, right? So that is very, very important for us. And this carries about 4 to 5 marks, which is very, very important. So when you are going to do your knowledge showcase, please ensure that the quality of presentation is as best as possible, right? So that is the first criteria. For the second criteria, we are looking at you being able to clearly spell out what you have learned that month, right? What you've learned in the knowledge showcase and how what you have built and the process behind it. So many of you, you come up with showcase prototype solutions that we don't really, there's no clarity as to how you're able to build this particular product, or you're able to fully showcase what you are doing. So one of the things we want to do is to see in your video is you are able to clearly articulate how you came about your video, how you came about your solution, how all the things that contributed to that, right? So say you are working on a website, we want to see even the idea, the code, possibly maybe your UI, UX design, your user interface, and all of that. So we're able to deduce that this is something that you actually do yourself. Yeah, that this is something that you did yourself and not just maybe go to an external website and copy the link for us. So that is something that we want to do, and this is where many fellows are really missing out on this particular criteria. So as it's important that you are able to clearly point out what course you are studying, how you implemented what you did, and how that thing will be used, right? So if you are working on an app, you need to tell us how you are doing it. You also need to kind of link what you did to the course you are doing, right? So if you're in product management, if you're in cybersecurity, we expect that you should do something related to your course of study, not maybe doing something to data analysis and the rest of it. So it's very important that what you are doing aligns with maybe what you have learned for that month and the rest of it. And then this also carries science trademarks, right? Just to also give you clarity regarding that. And then the last but not the least is you are able to provide a visual evidence of what you have learned in your respective course. Visual evidence is sometimes you see a lot of fellows, they just put their phone, place their phone on selfie mode, and then they do some level of recording and submit. Like I say, it's a national competition, and you should know that there are thousands of people that are also competing for this particular monthly prizes that have been given out. I think last month we had over 1,500 fellows submissions from all fellows across Nigeria. And it's important that whatever you are submitting, you have this at the back of your mind that I really need to up my game in what I'm going to submit to the team. So the third, and this is very, very important as well, is carry as high as 5 marks is you're able to provide a visual evidence. So whatever it is you are presenting, any knowledge showcase, you are this knowledge showcase entirely, right? I think if time permits us, we would have even gone into the introduction to knowledge showcase and all of that. You've been able to really come up to showcase, like showcase. We are not explaining, right? It's not knowledge sharing, it's knowledge showcase. So you're able to showcase that thing that we learn. And if you go back to the meaning of showcase, you know that it's more like presenting something in an attractive manner. Just like for those in data analysis, your showcase is like your data visualization. So irrespective of all the explanation, the theoretical aspect of what you did, we want to see that tangible proof, that concrete evidence that says, okay, this is what you were able to do with the knowledge you've acquired, maybe from the beginning of your training up until this time. So we want to see that showcase part of it, that concrete evidence that this is what you're learning. So say you are working on an app, we want to see how the app looks like, right? Kind of do some level of simulation of the app, how it works and all of that. So this is very, very important that you are able to tell us what you learn in your respective course and provide a working example of how your design will work. So whatever it is that you're working, 3 basic things: the quality of your presentation, and the quality of your presentation has to do with your video quality, which is one, your image quality, and then the coherence in your communication. That is very, very important. Don't be selfish for us, right? You need to be sure that what you are doing is as good as possible. And number 2, again, just to wrap up, is to clearly outline what you have learned so far, clearly showcase what you have built and the process behind it. So one of the basic thing here is the process behind it. Don't just come up and display something. We want to see how you arrive at that thing. And like I said earlier, so you don't just go and maybe copy an app or take a screenshot of an app or a website and say, oh, this is what I do. So we want to see a code, we want to see as much as possible, right? You are able to clearly point out what course you are also studying, how you have implemented, and how that what you've learned is going to be used. And then the last part of the evaluation criteria is you are able to provide visual evidence of what you have learned in your respective course. Then in addition to this, right, so many of you present videos that we don't even get to see who is speaking in the video. Most time we don't get to know who is speaking. So in that case, we cannot really tell if you are actually a fellow of TREMTT or if you are the person that created that particular solution you are showcasing. So it's important that in the course of your presentation, you are able to see your face. Very, very important, because if you don't see your face, please note that that is also a red flag already. So we need to see your face in your video clearly showing, and then you are also able to stick to the instruction that has been given in the announcement, whether you are in cohort 2, 3, 4, and community members. So this is not open to cohort 1. Over time, we had so many cohort 1 fellows who come up to participate in this, and we just have to be clear about this, that cohort 1 can no longer participate in this, and even previous winners of Knowledge Showcase, if you haven't won anything at TREMTT generally, you are no longer qualified to participate, so that we are able to clearly know those who are qualified for this Knowledge Showcase and those who are not. And just so also we are able to give others the chance to also win Knowledge Showcase. So I will stop here, and hopefully there will be questions, then I can come back to respond to some of your questions later. Thank you. Over to you, Merichuku, who will be taking us through other criteria and some of the best practices of Knowledge Showcase. Thank you very much.
Okay, so I would like to confirm. So, okay, so that's awesome. Thank you very much, Arame. It's awesome to always have you on board. So another thing we'll be looking at, guys, is we'll be looking at what we call common pitfalls to avoid. So now these are basically like mistakes that we believe every fellow should avoid when creating their 2 minutes presentation. So I will just be picking points from Arime's earlier, presentation or talk. So first of all this is the biggest red flag and the biggest issue that would most likely get you disqualified is do not submit AI videos. Anybody that submits AI generated videos or AI voiceover videos would fail, right? You would fail, you would outright fail. Your submission will become invalid by using AI generated like videos, AI generated voices. Why is that, right? Because now you're looking at key aspects of your presentation. That's one, visible evidence. So we want to see your face, right? We kind of want to see your face at some point. You're not saying throughout the entire presentation, but at some point of the presentation. And then you want to hear your voice, your natural voice, right? Your natural voice. You could probably do some edits, whatever you want to do. Feel comfortable, right? Feel comfortable where you are. But the most important thing is please and please do not submit AI videos. And I know a popular question we've always been asked. You're saying we should not submit AI videos. What about those in animation that have to use AI animation generators to create AI characters, AI voices for their art or for their videos? Yes, there's a little exception in which we look at for those in animation to actually check out. To actually check out whether this is completely AI, to actually check out the reality of this, and to actually check out the effectiveness of this, because AI people deal with character development, and we are very very much aware of that. So we would actually do ask, if you're not in animation, please desist from using AI videos. And even if you're in animations, be careful, right? You can use
You can use proper character development tools. You can use proper tools like After Effects and other uh, tools that actually create your animations and videos, but do not use AI videos. Try as much as possible to not use AI videos. Then another thing also we also like you to avoid is do not always try to ensure that your video ends before the 2 minutes mark. Right? Why do I say end before the 2 minutes mark? When it hits the 2 minutes mark, from 201 to 20, from 201 and above, that video is actually disqualified. Why are we being this strict? In as much as we love to check out your presentations, the lots. Probably we are projecting over, we had over 1,000 and something last month. We are expecting over 2,000 this month. And why it's over 2,000? Imagine watching 2 minutes of over 2,000 and everything, even with the team size. So we have increased team size. And so just to ensure that everything is done effectively and people actually look into your video, actually look into content, actually take time to evaluate your submission, we do ask that you keep to that 2 minutes mark, right? We do actually ask that you keep to that 2 minutes mark. We do actually ask. Please assist us keep to that 2 minutes mark in order to so that we may be able to effectively check out your submission, right? Then another pitfall that you want to avoid is you have to avoid this just copying basic projects or copying projects like well, I say copying projects that do not, or I say motivational speech. Well, I say project that are around talking about ideas. When I mean talking about ideas, when you come to a presentation and you spend your entire 2 minutes talking about what you want to build, there's no evidence, there's nothing, right? So we do, like Arumi mentioned, like the basic structure should be one. You should do an introduction to who you are, your fellow ID and your name, then head from straight to what you built. Tell us what you built and show us evidence. Show us this is the end product. This is like if you're in software, show us the code or this is the code. If you're data analysis, this is the data, this was our data. Just find a way to find your own unique way. We're not saying find your own unique way of doing this, right? Then from there, you actually can summarize, you tell us the probably like if you have time to probably tell us the importance of the project, how the project actually solves a problem in your local community, because the project is set at let's say set at driving local problem solving, driving people to actually solve problems in their localities, problems around them, right? So we are not saying that we should always look out for something foreign or look out for no. You can actually use your knowledge showcase to actually solve a local problem. Like there's a man, two knowledge showcases ago, that actually collected data from his sales. He owns a shop, a local kiosk. So he collected the data of his sales sheet, then actually used it to actually map out the days he has the most effective sale. And with that, through data analysis, he for himself and for his other friends, he has been able to calculate which day do they have the highest sale and what are the factors that affect that. So that are things we would like to see. What are things you like to see? We would like to have your knowledge showcases really impact lives, right? Like to have your knowledge showcase really impact lives. Then another thing also that we like is essentials, right? So there are must-haves. There are must-haves lastly, right? Just to round up, there are must-haves that your videos must have. First, your video must show your face. Like Arumi mentioned, you'll show your face. You must be able to state your fellow ID, state your name. You must also be able to show what you build, tell us and show us. Do not just talk about the idea and let the video end. Also show us what you build. So if you say you build the website for a school for those that are blind, that audibly this to show us how the technology looks like, then show us the backlog. So how did you actually build the basic foundation of the project? How did you actually come to build that project? Then finally, keep your videos sharp and clean. Then one thing we always encourage the knowledge showcase team is be innovative. Be innovative and be creative, right? Because those are the basic key elements that actually ensure, right? That actually ensure that you would actually win this. We are looking at the creativity, and we are actually looking at the creativity. If you submit, this is how to open a Microsoft Word document. There are YouTube tutorials for that. You would not win. You will not be winning the knowledge showcase. If you create this thing on how this is just basic how to's, please do not create another thing. Do not create how to's as your knowledge showcase tutorials. Stick to creating innovative, let's say, and creative presentations or showcase or projects that actually impact your local community. Like I'd like to give another example. There's a fellow that actually created a lodge finding application on using Figma. So she found out that it's very hard for students in our university to actually find lodges. She created a simple UI UX design and animated it with Figma that allows students to effectively find their way around campus, find lodges around them, and also enable landlords to list at very affordable prices. So you see, this actually solves a problem. This actually solves a problem for her local community, for our university, for students around her. So these are key things you are looking at. Show impact, make impact. That is what the knowledge showcase is there for you. So thank you very much, Victoria. You have the floor.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Mary Chuku and Arome, for such an insightful, very concise, very simple. I'm sure that we've equipped and empowered our fellows with enough information and insight to put up quality presentation, so they stand a chance to win brand new laptops, routers, and ePads. So please, fellows, right there in the YouTube chat, I'm just going through now. I want to see the applause. Yes, Adebola is saying thank you. The brain is saying nice update. Johnson says thanks. You know, we have lots of messages coming in. Oh, well, some people are not so happy about the 2 minutes mark. I don't know, but rules are rules. And the rules of this particular knowledge showcase, and you know, it has always been actually is 2 minutes mark. Somebody is saying that the rules are just coming up now. No, you know, these things have been existing before now. Abel for Abel and other people are saying that the rules are just coming up now. No, these are rules that have been on. Of course, as you keep going, everything, there's nothing that is so static in life where you say it must be this way. As the thing keeps progressing, there'll be more rules, there'll be more tweaks. So it's just for you to be ready to get the updates as much as possible, which is why we're doing a video like this, so that you are aware. Because in the court of law, ignorance is not an excuse, really. So it's the people who know that will be able to do well. All right. Chiboise is saying, I must confess, I'm really lucky to have won a laptop in July. Yay! That's a knowledge showcase, baby, there. Well done and congratulations. I'm just using style. We have just 1 more minute for this to see if we have any question. Yeah. And this is awesome. There are proofs you guys approved above 2 minutes. I've seen lots of, I don't know, Mary Chuku, if there's something you want to step on, because I'm seeing lots of comments on this. And I would like to say, like I said earlier, things change, right? Rules are being updated. There's nothing static. It flows. But if Arome or Anosike, there's any of you here that want to speak on that, because we've had multiple people make comments on that.
All right, Victoria, thank you very much. So I also saw some of those comments regarding previous winners' videos exceeding 2 minute mark. The reason for that is this. Prior to this time, the number of entries we received is quite small. I think before now, there are months where we get less than 100 entry, sometimes 150 thereabouts. So it's actually then also compared to the quality of presentation of others. So as at that time, if those were the best videos, yes, of course, we have to consider them. But now we have many quality videos coming in, hundreds of them coming in. So it's time for us to kind of tighten the criteria a bit and see how that can kind of help us to quickly arrive at the top 50. You guys know that it's not even easy for you to select 50 out of 1,000. And then this is something that you also have to kind of empathize with the team as to why we are sticking to that 2 minutes. And if maybe in the current knowledge showcase, you submitted a video that is beyond 2 minutes, I think you can go back, since we still have few days, you can go back and edit it, just ensure that it's 2 minutes. so that you can submit it. Since this is the first time you are getting to know about it, I think that is what you guys can do. Thank you very much.
Thank you, and well done to the team as well. Let's just take this last comment from Ize Chronicles. He's saying that another thing, but I think it's something you people do, but it's something you can touch on. He's saying another thing to look at is that there are already developers. He's saying that people who are experts already amongst the learners, so it's easy for them to put up a very quality application. But then there are also newbie, which is the vast majority of the fellows in the program. So he's saying that a newbie showcase shouldn't be the same as those who have been in the industry. So how do you make that distinction and ensure that there's a baseline?
Victoria, please take that again, sir.
Okay, so primarily, I just give a summary to what he's saying. He's saying that in the 3MTT program, there are already people who are experts or who are in the intermediate level. So they are beyond some other people who are just newbies, who are being introduced to tech. If we're doing a standard approval metrics for everybody, these newbies will be scanned out and they will not win anything. Just the experts will bring in their expertise and win. So he's saying that the metrics should not be the same. Or how are you people going about to ensure that it is inclusive of everybody in, as such you put up a good submission?
All right. Thank you. So I think that also takes us back to the reason why we have applied learning clusters and all of your facilitators there. So we are not saying that you cannot reach out to your facilitator to support you in your knowledge showcase. You can, maybe after developing your solution, you can just give them for feedback. And I think one of the things I told in my community is you being able to maybe share your video with at least 10 people before you even post it online. So having that peer-to-peer review and all of that will help you to stand out regardless of where your skill level, whether you are a beginner, intermediate, or advanced, right? So that is something that you need to go the extra mile, share with your training provider. They are there to guide you, and your training is expected to be practical based. So if you are doing practical based training, then you should be able to come up with something nice in your training. And also, to be honest, we are all humans and we try as much as possible to be lenient to, to everyone, right? To everyone in terms of review and all of that. So just try your best. I believe that if you do your best, you share with your training provider, you share with your peers in your learning track and all of that, you should be able to come up with something that is presentable and something that can scale through the review process.
Thank you much. Somto says she has something to add just in 30 seconds, Somto, because we're already 31 minutes in and we need to move over to the second part of this webinar. Somto, you have 1 minute to also add to what Arome has said. Hello, Somto. Okay, because of time, we'll have to move over this. Like I said, hello, fellows. For those of you just joining in, don't worry, you've missed a lot. But the good news is that you can actually catch the replay on YouTube so that you can get all the things that you're supposed to get. All right. So thank you again, Mr. Anasike and Mr. Arome, for a fantastic session. We're grateful to you and the team for all the things that you do, and we're really hoping that at the end of this session we have quality applications that we can review, and many of you here would also win and testify that you've won a laptop, a router, or iPad, as the case may be. Okay, so we move over to the second part of this webinar, and this second part I'm very, very interested and excited about it because it's a sort of like peer-to-peer learning. Now, we want to have fellows like you, all of you on YouTube, commenting whether you've won before or you've not won, whatever cohort you're in. We have fellows who have won and they are here to share with us on their experience generally and then what they did to win a laptop. Is there something that they know? There's a popular adage that says that you can't keep doing the same thing expecting the same result. Right? You can't keep, sorry, I hope you can hear me. You can't keep doing the same thing and expecting the same result. And so if you see somebody who is getting results, it is wisdom to ask them, how are you doing it? And so we've brought these people to ask them how they are doing it. Please join me as I make welcome here on the stage, Memuna Muhammad Abubakar, Niger State Community. Let's also make welcome Joy Okoche Eboye. If you're here, just get ready. And then we also have Oparugo Kingsley Ezechi from the Anambra State community. Just say hi to everyone and then we proceed.
Hi, I'm Maimuna Abubakar. I'm Joanna.
Hello.
Hello, can you hear me?
Okay.
Yes,
Sorry, I can hear you now. I just got locked out for a minute, but we're in Nigeria, so I feel like everybody understands that. Emina, you're looking so beautiful and you're smiling. I can see that the laptop win is all over your face, and we want to hear from you because it seems like you're the most excited here. Maybe other people will be to it later, but let's start with you. Can you basically share your experience with us on what you developed, what you did, what you put out in a knowledge showcase?
Okay. Hello, everyone. My name is Maimuna Abubakar. I'm from Niger State, and I'm a fellow in Kotu Learning Data Science. So my experience in the knowledge showcase was a very exciting one. Hello, can you hear me? Hello? Can you
Yes,
hear
we
me?
can
Yes,
hear
we
you
can
loud
hear you.
and
Yes,
clear.
we can hear you. Can hear you loud and clear.
Okay. So what I shared in my knowledge experience was exploratory data analysis using Python. So few months into the program, while I was listed in the program, I joined the community and I saw the flyer about knowledge showcase winning laptop. And at that time, I had just started with my learning foundation courses. So the laptop I was using was bad, was faulty, and I really needed a laptop then. While I saw it, I was like, wow, I don't know, let me jump into this challenge to see if I can win a laptop. And I read the instructions. I was like, is this something that I can do? I've never participated in an online competition before. So what I did, I asked my fellows in the platform, and I also went through the videos of the past winners, and I saw what they did. And at that time, I just finished a project on exploratory data analysis on DataCamp. So I hopped in, but the challenge I was having was the 2 minutes, and without the laptop, how do I share this knowledge now? And something else, why not use your phone and record whatever the project you've done? So what I did was to share the duration was 2 minutes. So I used 1 minute to introduce myself, and I used a data set. I used a data set from DataCamp to visualize, to get some insights from the data, because I wanted to know the favorite movie that was released on a Netflix. I used the data set from Netflix. So you can get insight from the data by using the knowledge that is subsetting and also filtering your data, visualizing it to be able to see clearly the favorite movie that was watched between the movies that were released between 1990s. So I was able to visualize it using histogram. That was basically what I learned and I applied, and that was
Amazing.
yes.
Maimuna, amazing. Even I'm not even a fellow, but I have learned from you. Yeah, you did not allow excuses to hold you back. You saw an opportunity and you jumped on it. And I just want to use this to encourage every fellow listening here. I don't know what your excuse is. You can see that she won a laptop, but she was able to use her phone. But the point is, she excellently was able to put out what she has learned. So again, whether you have a laptop or you have a phone or you're borrowing a laptop, there's no excuse. Do what you have to do, but do it well, because when you remember that you have 1,001 or more people who are contesting for the same limited laptop, it will push you to do your very best. Emuna, let's just hold on a bit on that. I'll come back to you. But let's
Okay.
move over to Joy. So Joy, can you briefly also share with us? Joy, can I see you? I need to see you on my screen so that I know that you're here and ready. Joy, are you here?
I'm here. Can you hear me now?
Oh, perfect. Hi, Joy. I like the big
Hi.
smile too. When we see winners, we know. Congratulations on your win. So can you basically share with us your experience in putting out whatever it is that you put out, your innovation or your knowledge, and the entire process to it, as brief as you can, but don't leave out the juicy details. Thank you.
All right. I actually implemented a defect tracking system for packet management. Packet management app is actually a software app that streamline packing operations for cars. Okay, so I had to do the defect tracking system. So at first, I didn't have a laptop. Okay, so I was using my mobile phone to do the foundational courses. But I do get to join the webinars just like this one, and they keep encouraging us to find mentors. Okay, so when the knowledge showcase came in, I already had a mentor, and I was already going ahead of my learning, trying to know what quality assurance is all about. So, and it actually helped me during the May. I was actually going through what others are doing to know how I will position myself, and finally I now got an idea. Okay, let me do this. I went in, I studied about it, I was coached about it then, and that brought about the knowledge showcase. Thank you. Can you hear me?
And yeah,
All right.
something similar with what Maimuna said was, not having a laptop. She had the phone, you had just your phone, but it wasn't enough excuse to hold you back. But another profound thing you said was you were joining webinars. So for those of you who have joined this webinar, congratulations in advance. Because when you understand that no knowledge is a waste, so you were able to empower yourself with the right knowledge. Another thing was mentorship. You mentioned mentorship, and then you checked what other people are doing as well. So if you want to win, go and check what winners are doing. I'll just drop this here and move over to Kingsley. If you want to play at a certain level, go and ask yourself, who are the people playing at that level and what are they doing and how can I do what they are doing? I'll drop that there. Thank you so much, Joy. Congratulations again. So Kingsley, over to you. I just want to basically know your experience as well, the process leading to that, what you did, and then what your knowledge presentation was all about as well. Kingsley, are you here?
Hi, everyone. I'm Upper Kingsley.
No, you have to give us the winner's smile now. No. Let's start again.
Yes, I'm here.
Congratulations. Yes.
I'm so excited. I developed an alarm system using an Arduino circuit board and a Python programming language. So I timed the alarm system. So the system works effectively to monitor our users' activities. So I developed the alarm system. Although it was quite challenging when I was doing it, I enjoyed working through both the hardware and software aspects to create the functional solution. Though it wasn't quite easy trying to install the Arduino circuit board, writing the Python programs and all those stuff like that. So when I had some challenges, I have to still visit some online videos. I called my community manager to assist me in one or two ways. So I was able to put up the software and it was working. I ran a test and it was working before I had to put it up on the July Knowledge Showcase that won me a system. So that was how it was.
Amazing. We can just tell from the three winners that they all share, basically almost the same process flow. And this is just to encourage every other person right here on the show that you too, these ones can do it. You too can. It was not enough for us to just bring in the team on the knowledge showcase to tell you to do this, do that. We decided to also bring in fellows who have done it and done the work to also show you that it's also possible for you to do that. From the YouTube, let's move over to YouTube. Dare is saying, well done, guys. Yes, well done to Kingsley, Joy, and Melina. So Katija is saying, how can we get information about what other winners? Go on Twitter or anywhere, any social media platform, and use the hashtag 3MTT Knowledge Showcase or 3MTT, and you will see most of the videos as well. So I want to see if we have any questions before we go over to the next thing I have for our fellows. Okay, so everybody is just saying nice presentation and they are inspired. So we'll move over to the next thing that we have. And so Joy, I'll be coming to you. We just want to basically know, you know, people don't know how it feels. And since that's you're a winner, we want to know, how did you feel when you won? Did you need to tell anybody? You need to import. You know, we're in Nigeria where people think that to get some, you need to know somebody to know somebody to know somebody, or, you know, different things. So we just want to basically know how you felt, right? When you won the laptop, were you expecting it, or, you know, whatever it is, just let us know what you felt. Joy, after you, Kingsley, and then Memuna, just share with us.
All right, I actually felt so overjoyed that my dedication and hard work actually paid off. I was like, I wasn't expecting actually though, but I knew my presentation was up to. But you know that kind of mixed feeling. Will you have it? Will you not have it? So, but actually felt so happy. Like, if there's anything like over happy, I was actually so much happy.
Amazing. Kingsley, how did you feel? Were you expecting it, or did you think you deserved it or not? How did you feel? Kingsley. Kingsley, while you're getting ready to talk, maybe now please just step in to answer the question.
Okay. When I won, I felt excited. I was so excited because I told my friends that I was encouraging them to always try new things, and they were like, what have you done and all that. I was okay. I am on a challenge now, and I have done that perfectly, and I know that even if I don't win, at least I'm a step ahead. And then my friends told me that we saw your name in the winners. I was like, wow, I made it. I was so excited. I called my parents, I called my friends to tell them about it.
Amazing. Yeah. You know, this is a teaching moment for everybody, and I'm hoping that every fellow here is learning from their fellows, their co-fellows, or however it's being said. There's something profound and striking you said, where you said, you have done the best, you put out a quality presentation, and even though you don't win, you have gotten better. And that's the thing. There are two different mindsets. You have the growth mindset and you have the fixed mindset. We as people, technical talents in Nigeria, especially if you're under the 3MTT program, we need to start thinking growth. That I'm going to put in my very best to get certain results. But even if that result doesn't come at that time, I have become a better person because I was able to subject myself to doing that particular task. And whether you like it or not, whatever you sow, you reap. You definitely get the result for it. If not laptop, probably a job. Maybe that thing you have built, that solution you thought out yourself to put out, that knowledge showcase you have done, might just be the thing that will attract your remote job, your next mentorship, your next deal. You can never tell, right? So please, fellows, like what Memuna just said, growth mindset. Amazing, amazing. I'm so excited about the quality of conversation our fellows are having right here today. Miriam is saying, submission of videos, does submitting it late make you disqualified? Yes, of course, there are rules to things. Noble says, I can't wait to be shortlisted. Awa, you said you have something to say. Okay, I'm waiting for you. Just type in the chat, and then we would ask the fellows if you have questions for them. But we'll be moving over to the next. Now, we want to know generally, you've spoken about your experience, you've spoken about how you feel. Kingsley, if you are here, I want to know how you leverage the gift that has been given to you, the laptop or the router, whatever it is that has been given to you. Has it been beneficial? Has it helped your work? Has it helped your knowledge or the things that you're building on?
Yeah, Kingsley is here.
Hi.
The laptop has been very incredibly helpful. I've used it to continue working on my software projects, which has allowed me to participate fully in the 3MTT program. All this while, let me just share this testimony. I didn't really do the project with my system. I had to borrow. So, but now I'm an owner of a brand new system. I'm so
brand
excited.
new laptop owner. Yes. Amazing.
I was so excited when I was called to come and pick it at the post office. When I got there, my community manager told me I can feel the excitement. That was what she told me. I was so excited. So honestly, it has enabled me to take on more challenging tasks without limitations I faced previously. Honestly, it wasn't so easy for me to put up that project. So it has really been helpful to me. Yes, I would say that.
You four are very inspiring. This has, I'm just putting it to everybody here. What is your excuse really for people who really want to and have been given it? There's no excuse. No excuse is valid enough. If you really want it, you find a way. Like Kingsley, he borrowed a laptop. Like Joy and Memuna, they used their phones. At the core of it, we just want quality, and very good presentations of what you have learned so far. Okay. The excitement is palpable. I can feel it already. Thank you so much to everyone who is joining in. If you've learned so much, just drop in the chat that you've learned so much. We have 10 minutes more, but we cannot go without asking our fellows. They've shared their experience. They've shared the behind the scenes. They've shared some of the things. We've learned a lot from them. But summarily, we want to know, Memunat, Joy, and Kingsley. Any of you can go first. What did you do intentionally or unintentionally, if you look back now? What did you do to make your submission stand out? Thinking about it now, what did you think you intentionally put in place? Or even if it wasn't intentional, but when you look back at it, you'll be like, oh, I actually did this thing. Maybe this is what made my submission to stand out. Just so we can help other fellows to, learn from what you did. So who is going first?
I'm going first.
Okay, go first.
All right. So I actually borrowed a laptop. I didn't use my phone. So one of the things I did was I employed PowerPoint presentation and the use of infographics to actually convey my my information, my knowledge. Okay. So I actually use this to try to convey the complex technical information into an engaging and something that people can understand. So, when we are talking all these things, you may not actually understand until we put it in a picture form and in a presentation form. So I actually employ this in addition to my skill and my software, what's it called?
Knowledge.
Presentation, yes.
Amazing. Okay, Kingsley, Memunat, well done, Joy.
I'm here, yes. What really made me to submit a standout project, right? Hello, can you hear me?
Yes. What did you do to make your project stand out?
I made sure my projects address a real-world problem and quite user-friendly projects. So I had to put up effort in making the presentation engaging and concise. So the judges could quickly value the potential of the system I created, which is an alarm system. So I had to test the system severally before I had to upload it on LinkedIn. So I tested it thoroughly to make sure it meets the objective of building the software. So I made a big difference. So one thing is building a project that is that solves a real life problem, not building a project maybe that is existing already. Although when you are building a project that is existing, let it be that you are adding some spice to the project you are building. So the alarm system I built, I had to make it a physical program, bringing in some hardware and software components together to build a system. So I've seen several alarm systems. So I decided to put up, it took me quite some processes to design, because if I have to talk about the unseen, the project behind, or the program behind the project I built, it seems so easy, but it's not that easy. So you should build something. I'm advising people that are in the program, they should build something that is new, even if it's not new, add up something to something that is existing. So that was what made my project to stand out. Thank
you for sharing. Thank you very much. One thing striking, you said always review. So when you put up, you actually went back to review the submission. And I think it's also in line with what Arome, the community manager for Kogi Estate, said, that sometimes you can just send it to people, your friends, even your community manager, or whoever, even your fellows as well in your hubs, to just look over this thing, and it could just make the world of difference. Muna?
Okay, I'm here.
Okay.
So
what did you do to make stand out?
Okay, so a few things I did. First was I followed instruction. The fact that the video is 2 minutes, I need to plan, like strategize, so that anything you want to say, you write it out so that it will not pass the 2 minutes. So like I earlier said, I shared the video like into 2 parts. The first part to introduce yourself, second part show what you did. So I also Googled on how to edit videos so that your videos will be of high quality. I use CapCut. And screen recorder to do my recording. And I also make sure I was audible. And if in case you are in an environment where it's not audible, use captions so that people can read what you're actually saying. And then do projects that are relatable. So, and then spice it up, try to be engaging, okay, look at the problem, and then so that people will relate with what you are trying to teach them or show to them.
Powerful.
Those are the few tips that I did.
Like, I'm so proud of our fellows. I'm so proud of the 3 fellows here today, Joy, Memunat, and Kingsley. You four have, done full justice. And of course, my celebration to my colleagues as well, Mr. Anosike and Mr. Arome, for really taking time to break this down. We have about 5 minutes more, and I don't want to dash anybody anytime. We're going to use our full 1 hour. We're going to use our time completely. So the way we're going to round this up, I've looked through and there's no question. I feel like this was very detailed enough, relatable and practical. If you just joined in and you think you have questions, do well to go and watch the replay, and I'm sure that your questions will be answered. Joy, Memunat, and Kingsley, we're not done yet. Just one final thought from me. I want you to just basically share briefly in 10 seconds. Maximize your 10 seconds. How has 3MTT generally, the program, how has it shaped your skill or your mindset or your career direction or even everything? We just want to know, just so that you can inspire other fellows that are listening here today. So whoever wants to go first, the mic is yours.
Kingsley is here.
Okay, Kingsley.
The 3MTT program has been transformable for me. It has enhanced my technical skills, particularly in software development. And it has given me a new perspective on problem solving, technically related. So the guidance from my community manager and the collaboration with other fellows have really helped me to shape my mindset to be more proactive and resilient. So it has given me a clear direction towards building a successful career in tech. So I give kudos to 3MTT. Thank you.
Amazing. Congratulations. And we're really cheering for you. Much more ahead for you. Joy and Memunat.
Okay. Memuna here.
Okay.
So I must confess, the 3MTT program has really, really improved my skills, especially technical skills, and also professional soft skills like communication, effective communication, team management, and also it has also shaped my mindset and on like choosing a career path. Before, I used to have a quite challenging time choosing the career skill, tech skill that I want to focus on. But with the 3MTT, especially the foundation courses, really it showed me the way around, and I was able to choose a career path and all. In fact, overall, the skills acquired is a lifelong skill that you can apply in any area of your life.
Amazing.
Yes.
That's like Marina, we're sharing for you and written for you. Joy.
Okay, in addition to what they have said, it has actually helped me in developing this one of the soft skills that is very, very important called time management. Because you're having to do a 2 minute video to concise your information, project your knowledge, and all of those within 2 minutes is actually something profound that I learned through 3MTT.
I can imagine. That's powerful. You know, for us at 3MTT, we're going beyond just teaching you technical skills, which is the hard skills that you're learning, cybersecurity, coding, or whatever it is, learning track that you're being offered or you're offering. And we're going beyond that, also teaching you life skills, teaching you soft skills. And one way we also do that beyond your ALC learning, your community projects that is led by your community managers is, you know, the webinars we have here every week, week on weeks, month on month. We bring in experts in different fields on entrepreneurship, soft skill, and even technical skills. And just like Memuna mentioned about, webinars, attending webinars, I just want to use this to encourage everyone. When you invest in yourself, you're ultimately investing in every other aspect of your life, whether financially or, your business or your career. You are your number one investment, right? It's almost like garbage in, garbage out. You cannot give what you don't have. And one way to get knowledge is being present in places like this, where knowledge is being shared, webinars like this, attending it, being present in your community events, your ALCs, participating in opportunities that the 3MTT program is providing, like Knowledge Showcase. Don't just look at the flyer and be like, it's already for some people. I already saw the comment, somebody saying 50 comments is 50 laptop is small. And I'm wondering, how many times have you applied for it? If you want something, you really need to go out for it. And ultimately, I'm not winning a Knowledge Showcase laptop should not be the reason why you should be discouraged. I'm still going to learn some things that the fellows said here today. Beyond winning a laptop, remember the greatest investment is for yourself. When you keep practicing or putting out or teaching other people what you have learned, you become better at it, right? So when you keep practicing month by month, putting out your case, and you think that because you're not winning, you're not doing well. No, and then you want to stop. Just maybe, like I said earlier, that video is just you're building your portfolio. And in tech skills, in the tech world, you need that portfolio. I feel like I'm talking on and on, but I feel the burden to actually let all of you know that don't feel discouraged because you didn't win this month and feel like you're not a winner. No, at the end of the day, it is growth we're looking at, not just the laptop. And then I also want to encourage fellows who have won devices to also encourage other fellows. Once it's time for the Knowledge Showcase, it happens every month. The application is on. I think it's closing next week, Monday. You have about 1 week to go, fellows. If you've put up a wrong application or you did not follow instruction, like Memuna said, she followed the instructions, and I'm sure every other fellow that has won, you can go and edit. Now is the time. You can still delete the video, do another one, or edit the video. Something can still be done. Fellows who have won, please make use of these tools. These are your work tools. These are your life tools. It will aid your development and your success. And, generally, I just want to say well done to everybody who joined in here today. If this was impactful for you, please do want to drop a comment in the chat. I'm just going through now as we round up this session. Florence is saying, God bless 3MTT. Abubakar says, bye, see you next time. Please just drop a thank you in the chat for all our fellows and for all our community managers, Kogi State Community Manager, Mr. Arome, Enugu State Community Manager, Mary Chuku, and all our fellows. Until next time, do have a fantastic time. Bye for now.